Folks, welcome back. Welcome aboard. This is the Renegade teacher coming back to you again with another transmission. Folks, tonight I have pre-positioned the cuff for an episode that I thought would go best by me bringing you in and exploring the most mind-blowing thing that I have ever seen when it comes to education. As you know, if you follow the channel or the podcast or the show in general, is that I am a recently resigned teacher, and I moved to a new area, moved to a new state, and found myself. I won't go into detail on the exact area, but it suffices to say that I worked for a year, my last year of teaching, in the suburbs of a state in the South, a county of roughly about 40,000 people, and the school district that I found myself working for, folks, I have their website open. I cannot quite prepare you for this, but as I have explored YouTube, looking at other teachers' stories and things, I kind of culminated on looking at the number of staff, the number of employees of our local school district, again, the one I worked for a year, teaching high school, and that being the year that just absolutely pushed me out of the profession. I am going to blow your mind with this, folks. I have the school district's website open. I have clicked on staff to look at this list with you. I cannot prepare you for this. It's just I want you to. I'm not going to give any names. I'm just going to look at titles and count up the number of people that this is with you. Just read them off and react. I haven't looked at the whole list, but here we go. So the first group of people here listed. There's no particular order, so we're going to have a lot of repeats, but of course those are different people filling the same title. I have a board member, a director of child nutrition. I have a college and career navigator. We have a administrative assistant to the superintendent, a physical therapist, a psychologist, an accounting coordinator, and an administrative assistant. That would be the first group. And again, I may stop periodically here in the list, but I'm going to continue. We have a director of Title I elementary education. We have a computer technician and instructor for adult education, and an assistant superintendent for curriculum and instruction. Folks, I want to just, and again, I don't know these people, not all of them, but I just want to react to this on a level of this is how school districts are set up. This is in no way particularly personal. There's no personal problems between me and the local school district or anything like that. We're talking about a systemic problem, folks. A systemic problem. And I'm going to continue. Here it says the next person is called the Power School District Level Clerk. Power School is the software used for tracking grades in the school district. I'll continue. Administrative assistant for student services, a secretary to the psychologist and the records. We have a district receptionist. We have a parenting and family literature coordinator. We have another board member. Here we have an accounting clerk. We have a human resource specialist. We have a caseworker / job coach and a chief financial officer. Again, each one of these titles is a different person who collects a salary from the total budget of a school district, of our school district. And I just want you to project, I want you to look into how bloated your school district is. And I have to continue because I don't want to take too long tonight. We have someone here with the title of case manager. We have another instructor. This is a doozy here. Listen to this title. The administrative assistant for director of assessment, accountability and professional development. We also have a person here listed as the director of accountability, assessment and professional development. We have someone called the procurement coordinator for the finance department. We have a network manager. We have a benefits administrator. We have another board member. And here we have another person that is an assistant superintendent for operations and administration. We have someone here just listed as director, but it does say of facilities management. Then we have a computer technician. We have a secretary and claims liaison. And then we have someone here with the title of diploma lab manager for adult education. We have a chief student services officer. And then we have the GED testing coordinator and the payroll administrator. Those are two different people. Folks, we are not a large school system. I am not even halfway through the number of people on the payroll of the school district main office. These are not people in schools. These are people in the school district for our county, in their head office, who I have to continue. I want you to try to put it all in perspective with how absolutely, unbelievably ridiculous all of this is. Listen, and not to say that a lot of these people don't have important jobs. That's not my point. My point is something is majorly wrong for this many people to need to work at a school system district office for a county the size of the one I'm talking about. This is absolutely, astronomically, just blast your brain through the stars level shit. I mean, this is unbelievable. Listen to the rest of these people. The district ELA specialist. We have another person here, the director of adult education. We have an instructional software support. That's the title for that person. We have another person here, a computer technician. Here we found another board member. We have another person here, the occupational therapist. We have another person, the director of technology. We have a computer technician. We have a transition coordinator. We have a operations specialist in the Office of Child's Nutrition. We have someone here, another manager for the facilities management. And then we have another person here. Folks, this is too much. This is too much for me. And I'm not reacting to any individual role or person or anything like that. I just cannot believe that I am recording an episode of my show and actually reading something, looking at something this unbelievable. This is just way too much. This is way too much. This cannot be sustained. We have the administrative assistant for school nurse coordinator. We have an assistant, folks, an administrative assistant for a school nurse coordinator. We have another person here for accounts payable specialist. They're called an accounts payable specialist. Then we have the interconnect / network technician. We have a board chair. This person is just a piece of furniture. I cannot take this. We have another individual here called a case manager, who's in the Department of Student Services. Then we get finally here to this, folks, there's so many more people. I can't do this anymore. I gotta take a drink. Folks, this is too much. This is absolutely too damn much for anyone to process. Here I'm going to continue. Another power school person. This one's the power school coordinator. Then we have the parent involvement facilitator. I mean, isn't that what every teacher does? Involve parents in education. But we have a person in what's called the Office of Instruction whose title is Parent Involvement Facilitator. We have another person here listed as a psychologist. Then we have a Medicaid clerk. My God, we have a Medicaid clerk. Then we have an administrative assistant for Title I. My God, what in the hell do all of these people do in a day of earning their salaries? Folks, there's so many more people. We have another case manager. We have another board member. We have a district math specialist, K through 12. This is just too much. We have an instructor. We have here's another long one. An administrative assistant for assistant superintendent for curriculum and instruction. Folks, this one may take the cake for the night. This one could be our finale. It came early. There are still so many more people to go through. But this can't be real. This actually says, can you imagine walking up to someone and saying that you are the administrative assistant for assistant superintendent for curriculum and instruction? I can't even say it. This is not real. I refuse to believe that any of this is real. The world must be a simulation where I am at the center of one giant joke being played on me, and I'm going to wake up like Neo and have to cut a tube, and I'm going to be birthed. I'm going to be birthed into some slimy, viscous liquid and be reborn into what must be the real world. Because I can't take it, folks. I cannot take this. There's still so many more people. Will anything beat the assistant to the assistant? We're going to find out. It says here we have another psychologist. We have a warehouse manager. Folks, if you're just now joining us, we're reading off the number and the titles of the people that work in a single district office of a school system, not in school buildings. I'm sure a lot of these people spend time in school buildings. That's not what I meant. But their base of operations is the district office, and we're looking at this because there's too many damn people on the list. And we have another person here just listed as administrative support for facilities management. Just more support for all these people. We have another psychologist. I believe that's 3 so far. We have someone here listed as the director of secondary education. We have another instructor. We have a coordinating specialist. We have a job coach. We have a director. I'm literally going numb as I go through this list. I cannot take this any longer. I honestly feel like just throwing my laptop as hard as I can against the wall and just forgetting that I am a human being. I cannot do it. We have a director of special services. We have an administrative assistant, office of operations and finance. we have a district courier, we have a superintendent. My God, we found one that makes sense. We have a school nurse coordinator. I'm pretty sure I read that already once. Here's another person here, the chief human resources officer. My goodness, we have officers of human resource. And this is the chief. We have a district technology integration specialist. We have folks, none of this is me making anything up. This is not satirical. This is not a joke. This is a relatively small county of people. Again, roughly 40,000 people in the county. We've got one high school, we've got one middle school, and several elementary schools. And this is the number of people. I'm not even done. There's still a few more, but this is the number of people who are on the district level staff. Something is majorly wrong. I can't do it. This can't be real. I'll finish the list here, folks, and I've been totaling them, don't worry. We have a secretary to director of SS. We have another instructor. We have a finance specialist. We have a free and reduced application clerk. And then we have someone called the OT assistant. And folks, if you haven't been counting, I have. We have counted a number that I cannot process. The district level staff stands at 84 people on the payroll of this local school district. Again, the one I resigned from teaching in. Currently reside in, obviously love the area, just not, teaching is no longer for me. It has changed too much since I got into it, and I just cannot continue. It left me, I didn't leave it, end of story. But as a finale, just to wrap up the night with you, I can't believe that this took this long to go through this list already, but I wanted to share with you one final thought before I wrap this one up. Again, this channel looks at why education is falling apart, why it's all flying into pieces. We all took the red pill a long time ago on the channel, so if you haven't done that yet, get with the program. Take the red pill, be okay with everything being absolutely ass backwards, and be on board with giving teachers what they deserve, which is a situation other than having 84 people on the district level staff, but absolutely no respect for teachers. Something's majorly wrong. We have a giant oligarchy of district level and administration, even in schools, is just out of control. And you look at the tiny sliver of pay that the teachers get, the ones actually doing all the work, all the important work, the work that deserves respect, and everything is just backwards in these school systems. I cannot take it. I'm going to wrap it up for the night, folks, but I looked up, and this is a couple years old, so it's different now, but the trend here is clear, the magnitude of the number. I looked up the total revenue, the total funding, the total income of the school versus spending, and I'm not going to go into spending, but this school district, folks, again, serving roughly 40,000 people in population, has a total revenue a couple years ago from all sources of over $50 million. And when you look at that, and you look at what teachers make, it's just absolutely enough to make you want to curl up in a ball and wire yourself with a jetpack and simply turn on the jetpack, folks, but instead of flying vertically upward and gaining any altitude, to simply just roll with the jetpack turned on, so that you become basically what is a form of human jumping jack, and spin wildly out of control on the concrete near your home, and get severely injured, and it just makes me want to continue the quest for shaking up the system, for being the noise in the room when nobody else will make it. Join the program, become a renegade, subscribe to the channel, follow on Apple Podcast, iTunes. Renegade Teacher signing off.